Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Wilmington High School Baseball. I'm David Gauthier along with Sean Neville here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Wilmington Wildcats will face the Masco Chieftains. We're just getting started here. I believe this is the first batter, Sean, isn't it?
Yes, first batter, Dave.
This will be the third baseman, Karen. He fouls off the first pitch from Wilmington starter. What's his first name, Sean? Is it Rich, maybe?
Not sure.
Oh, sorry. Well, we have Rapoli. Rapoli. And there's a well-struck ball out to left field. That's going to fall in for a hit. So leadoff single here for Masco. We'll see Palanskar, the right fielder. So once again, we're cutting it pretty close here, Sean. I even forgot Tom's headphones today. Bunt attempt. He misses and throw to first. He got him.
Yeah, all right.
Beautiful pickoff play. That was catcher Richie Gillis down to the first baseman, DeJulia, and a nice pickoff play as Karen strayed too far off first base. So one down here. And one strike on Palanskar. That one's popped just behind second. Second baseman going back.
Clancy with a catch there.
Nice catch by Eric Clancy, and suddenly there are two down here in the top of the first.
See if Wilmington can get out of this inning pretty early. This is where they've had their troubles in the first few innings.
Okay, well, we see the second baseman, Geyser, is up next. Wilmington trying to make it a 1-2-3.
With a hit in between there.
With a hit. Well, he still faced the minimum three batters, right? First strike called on Geyser. And that one looked to be in the same general area, but that one's called a ball outside. 1-1 now. The 1-1 delivery is down low for ball two. So we apologize once again for our unpreparedness. We just got these lineups together, just getting ourselves rolling here. Top of the first, no score. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Wilmington today going with their number 2 starter. Richie Gillis is usually their number 1. But Gillis will sit back behind the plate today.
Well, it's Gillis getting a view from all sides here as he'll work the second part of the battery. That one's hit well out toward left center field. The converging, and
McKenna's under it, and he makes the catch.
McKenna, the center fielder, retires the side for Wilmington. So we'll go to the bottom of the first, no score.
Okay, here we go in the bottom of the first inning. Wilmington had a nice 1-2-3 first. Phil Bates will lead it off for Wilmington, the left fielder. Crockett on the mound for Masco.
I was misinformed.
First pitch by Crockett is a ball. Looks like a strike to me, but
We don't have the greatest vantage point from out here, Sean. I guess we're falling under the umpire's discretion.
second pitch is in there for a ball. Looks to be right on the knees. Must be a little bit outside or inside. 2-0 on Bates. Third pitch is in there for a strike.
He looked to be taken all the way there, Sean.
Nice to see Wilmington get an early jump on here after having a nice first inning.
Just checking the stats, Sean. The last game we did with Wilmington, Bates was on base twice in the leadoff spot. Actually, he was batting second that day.
There's a, looks like a base hit up the middle. So Wilmington jumps up early, and they have a single for Bates into center field. And now McKenna, the center fielder, will bat for Wilmington.
Well, let's hope the leadoff batter for Wilmington has a bit more luck than the leadoff batter for Masco did after that single and a pickoff play.
Mm-hmm. Pitch into McKenna is up high. Like I said earlier, Wilmington's troubles have come in the early innings. Pickoff play over to first. Attempt fails. Bates dives back safely. Comes the second pitch into McKenna. It's going to be up high again, up near the letters, 2-0. Pickoff play again to first. Ball's in the dirt. Bates dives back safely again. Chieftains see if they can catch Wilmington off guard. Pitch into McKenna is in there for a strike at the knees.
Well, they're trying to keep him honest over there at first base. I'm not sure what kind of speed Phil Bates has, but he's getting a pretty good jump over there. I don't know if something's going on here for Wilmington.
Looks like a bunt attempt from McKenna. Throw back to first, and they got him.
Well, he stumbled that time trying to get back to the bag, Sean. It looked like he leaned towards second like there may have been a sacrifice on, and he went to turn around to go back to first and couldn't get there in time.
So the third attempt works for Masco, and there's one out. Pitcher McKenna's up high, 3-1. Now with the bases empty. Pitch by Crockett is hit right back to him. Throw over to first, and McKenna's out.
That was a nice play by Crockett there that time. It almost looked like a defense mechanism. He put the glove down, almost looked like he was trying to protect himself, and came up with the ball on a hut shot.
Yep. And now for Wilmington, Billy Harrison, the shortstop. You know how Harrison did last game?
Looks like in the leadoff spot last time we did a game, he was out 3 times.
Whoa, nice play by Crockett. Nice line drive back to the pitcher there. And Wilmington goes down 1-2-3. So after one full, no score.
Okay, we're about ready for the top of the second inning here. Wilmington getting into a little huddle here in the infield. No score after 1 inning. And as we talked about between innings, Sean, 3 hard-hit balls up the middle, and the pitcher, Crockett, was able to grab 2 of them.
Yeah, looks like a very good defensive pitcher. Who knows how he is actually pitching. Last game we saw Grant Smith for, forget what team that was, Newburyport, I believe.
Newburyport, yeah.
Pitched a great game.
There's another fly ball out to left field.
Trouble.
And no one can get there. Lands in no man's land.
Bates dived under it. His attempt failed. Throw comes in quickly.
Well-placed ball by the catcher, Hawks from Masco, and once again they have the leadoff man on with no one out. Well, we were talking, we saw Newburyport, and the pitcher's name was?
Grant Smith.
Grant Smith hurled a 4-hitter against this Wilmington team?
And I believe he had 7 strikeouts in that game. Boley pitches in.
Okay, Rapoli now facing Noel, the first baseman, the big right-handed batter. Trying to get something going here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Rapoli. Cut on and miss, strike 1. High fastball that time.
That one had some heat on it.
Looks like he reached back for a little something extra. Checks first.
Julia's holding him on.
The 1-1 delivery is up high, 2-1. Here's the time was called right before, or right as Rapoli was getting into his windup, and lucky the umpire was lucky he didn't get biffed in the head with that one.
Gotta be careful. He called time right when he was in his windup.
So we'll have to go through it again. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's inside for ball 3. It'll be 3-1 now. So Rapoli in a bit of danger of losing Noel here. That would not bode well for Wilmington, as they'd have runners, or Masco would have runners at first and second with no one out. The 3-1 pitch is low and outside for ball 4, so that's just the case. Oh, sorry, Sean.
Last game with Gillis, that was a problem with walks. I believe Gillis had about 6 walks last game, and that was their big problem in the loss against Newburyport.
Well, control seems to be a problem with these Wilmington starters. And that bunt is popped up, but Gillis wasn't able to get there. That was a popped up bunt off the bat of the center fielder, Brown. So we'll have an 0-1 count to Brown. Once again, runners first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the second. No score. There's a pickoff play to second, and he got him.
Nice look back by Rapoli.
That was a nice move. He had to spin all the way around, and that's the second Masconomet runner that Wilmington has picked off today. We saw one in the first inning when Gillis fired to the first baseman, and now this time it's Rapoli over to second, and now there's one out with just a man on first. Now he's going after everybody out there.
See if Brown's still up there bunting with the runner raced at second.
I don't know if we'll see the sacrifice in this situation. Here's the pitch. He's cut on it way behind that one.
Big swing and a big miss.
Oh, I believe it's an 0-2 count now. So much action, I can't keep track. Cut on and missed, and that is strike 3. So all of a sudden here, the threat is seemingly behind the boards, and it's 2 outs with just a man on first, and we'll see Crockett, the pitcher for Masconomet.
We've seen some of his pitching and defense, and see who he is up at the plate.
So Rapoli seeming to pitch himself out of a jam here. He comes in, and it's going to be low and outside for ball 1. And here's the 1-0. That one's hit hard on a line out to left field, and it's caught out there by the center fielder, McKenna. So that'll wrap it up for the top of the second inning. Still no score.
Okay, here we are getting ready to start off the bottom of the second inning. Sean Kerrigan, the third baseman, leading it off for Wilmington. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball. Middle third of Wilmington's order. Second pitch in by Crockett. Hit on by McKenna. It's going to be deep, but it's catchable. In there for the center fielder, Brown. So McKenna flies out, and now the DH, Tim Gillis, steps up to the plate.
Seen a lot of fly balls so far today, Sean. I'm wondering, there's not enough wind. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to jack one out of here.
Gillis, one of the few lefties on this Wilmington team. That looks like a rip into right, could be trouble, and Gillis has the second hit for Wilmington. Nicely placed ball.
Sinking line drive that time off the bat of Tim Gillis. And we'll see what Eric White can do.
Eric White starting in right field today for Wilmington. Let's see if Gillis has better luck than Bates did in the first. They're going for him again over there.
That was a close one.
These two pitchers don't like runners on base.
Apparently not.
Pitch in by Crockett is up high for a ball. Pickoff play at first again. Gillis dives back safely. Harrison over there doing the first base coaching job. Again over there at first. This is getting crazy.
Well, these two pitchers seemingly trying to show off their defensive prowess here.
Gillis' lead not too big. 2-0 now on White. Gillis steps off on first. Throw back over. That one was close too, but
Gillis is making him nervous now. Crockett, to me, looks like he doesn't have as much control pitching from the stretch, and Gillis is doing a good job of distracting him over there.
like I said, his lead isn't that big. Doesn't look like to be going anywhere. It's now 3-0 on White. Probably see him take all the way. But probably not before another pickoff play. Pitch in. He's in there for a strike. White taking all the way. 3-1.
Let's see if Gillis is on the move with the 3-1 count here.
Again there. Low for a ball. And White picks up a walk. Gillis advances to second. So Clancy's got an RBI opportunity here. Second baseman. He's got Gillis at second and White at first with only one out here in the bottom of the second.
I think if Wilmington batters can show a little patience up there, Sean, they might be able to turn this into a big inning.
Runners aren't being held. Ball up by the letters.
You can see Crockett, when he has to keep an eye on those batters, I've seen about 4 balls sail high on him. He doesn't look comfortable pitching from the stretch.
Swing and a miss by Clancy. Count evens at 1-1.
Well, he proved me wrong on that one. He got it right in there.
Big gap in there on the right side of the infield. And there's a pickoff play to second. Gillis dives back safely.
That time the shortstop Simmons did a good job of sneaking up behind Gillis. Almost picked him off.
Look out at first. Masco probably thinking bunt here. Not so. Strike 2 on Clancy.
Well, if Clancy can keep that control up, he might have his way with these batters. He's throwing some heat.
Crockett, that is.
What did I say?
Clancy.
Sorry about that.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled off barely by Clancy. Stays alive.
That was a real nice job by Clancy that time of slowing things up, catching the changeup, and being able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
Wilmington does not want to strike out here with their opportunity. Crockett's got to be careful. He wants to try to pick someone off here. Runners could advance into second and third. Second baseman sneaks up and goes back. Nice job there by Masco, but they forced Gillis back to the base when they pitched it. and he had absolutely no lead when the ball went past the plate.
A lot of movement in these defensive infield so far in this game, John.
Pickoff play at first. Did he get him? Ooh. Looked pretty close from our vantage point.
A lot of them do.
We got 1 and 2 on Clancy. Fouled off a couple. Time is called again. Pickoff play at second. There's hit up the middle. Could be trouble for Wilmington. Can they double him up? No. So Clancy with the speed runs down the line. White is erased in the play, but Gillis moves over to third.
Well, that looked like a nice play by the second baseman from Masco. Geyser. He didn't have much time to shovel that ball off to try to turn two, and he did a good job of shuttling up to the shortstop. Just couldn't get enough on the throw to complete the double play.
So runners at the corners now at 2 outs. And Chris DeJulia is up for Wilmington. He's the first baseman today. Ball's in the dirt. And Clancy will take second on the play.
Whoa. Guy sounds like a man-child.
2 runners in scoring position. Ball in the dirt again, 2-0. Watch Clancy's lead at second. He's not taking any chances. Moving back. Pick-off play. Clancy jumps back safe.
Well, the rate this game's going, Sean, I don't know if they'll get it in. There's no lights here.
One of the few clear games for Wilmington. They've mostly been cloudy. It's in there for a strike just below the knees. Count now at 2-1.
We see the outfield in from Masco.
Ball hit foul on the right side. Two and two. Crockett, we'll probably forget about the runners now. With 2 outs. Ball's up high at the waist. Full count.
Well, we should see the runners on the move here. Runners at second and third. The full count, 2 outs. They'll be on the move.
And you know what that means. No, pitch goes straight home. Lined. Just fair. Down the third base line. Gillis is in and Clancy comes right behind him. 2-run score for Wilmington. Nice sharply hit ball by DeJulia. He'll pick up 2 ribbies.
Nice piece of hitting that time by Chris DeJulia. Was able to poke it right over the tall first baseman's head. Just as you said, Sean, grab a piece of that line or just inside the line.
Yeah, it was hooking.
It was enough to score the 2 runs. So Wilmington jumps out to a quick 2-0 lead.
Something they haven't had the past few games. Rich Gillis, the catcher, batting 9th today. Big swing and a miss by Gillis. Gillis, their number 1 starter. And DeJulia's taken off for second. He's going to be thrown out with ease. So that's the 3rd out. Gillis will be up at the plate in the bottom of the 3rd. And after 2 full, it's 2-0 Wilmington.
Okay, we're about set here for the top of the 3rd inning. Wilmington jumps out to a 2-0 lead on an RBI single by Chris DeJulia. 2 RBI single. He knocked in White.
No, he knocked in Gillis and Clancy.
Gillis and Clancy, that's right. White was erased on the fielder's choice. We'll see what Rapoli can do here against the shortstop Simmons. Ball 1 was low.
See if Wilmington can work with this lead.
Like to see some more of that sparkling defense, and there's a shot through the hole between first and second. And for the 3rd inning in a row, Masco has the leadoff man on. And we'll see Cimino, the center fielder. 1 man on, nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. 2-0 Wilmington. Rapoli gets the signs, checks first and deals. That one's high and inside for ball 1.
The leadoff singles in these 3 innings now hasn't hurt Rapoli that much. He got the pickoff plan first, and he retired the next 3 batters after the single in the 2nd.
And as you saw, he was going right after another pickoff. Simmons is back safely. The 1-0 pitch. It's a bunt attempt that's popped foul into the Masco dugout. 1-1 the count now. On the center fielder, Cimino. Rapoli checks the runner. False bunt. That's a pickoff play down to first and not able to get there in time. He squared the bunt on that one again, Sean. Looked like, did he bring it back, or was he able to, did he get the strike?
Pay attention to the runner.
I think it was called a strike. I don't think he pulled it back in time.
Means he'll be swinging away here.
Here's the pitch. Just barely got a piece of that one. So now we know there's 2 strikes. Golfed up the 3rd baseline. He'll have to go to first with it. Gonna have to hurry. The throw that pulled DeJulia off the bag, and consequently Cimino is going to be safe at first. Simmons will be safe at second, and Wilmington finds himself in another jam with runners at first and second and nobody out.
It's like Kerrigan got it caught in his glove there. He was in there for an awfully long time.
Either he got it caught in the glove or he couldn't get a grip on it, but by the time he had got it over there, he pulled DeJulia off the bag toward home plate, and Cimino was able to reach with relative ease. So an infield hit for Cimino, and the leadoff batter, Karen, the 3rd baseman, steps in.
He had a single and was picked off in the 1st.
There's the pitch. That's up high for ball 1. Well, as you said at the top of the inning, Sean, we've seen Rapoli pitch out of some jams here in the first 2 innings. He's got his work cut out for him here.
He's got this identical situation that he had in the 2nd inning. Runners at first and second and nobody out.
The 1-0 pitch went high again. 2 balls and no strikes to Karen. And once again it sails high on him. 3 balls and no strikes, so Rapoli is in danger here of walking the bases loaded. Pretty certain that Karen will keep the bat on his shoulder for this one. Here's the 3-0 delivery, and it falls low for ball 4. So that certainly will be the case for the Chieftains of Masco. They'll have the sacks juiced with nobody out here in the top of the 3rd, trailing by 2.
Palinsker, now the right fielder who flied out in the 1st, is up.
Well, If he can get another one of those fly balls, it probably would mean a run for Masco. He was going after it. He took a rip at the high fastball, got a piece of it, fouled it back, and it's 0-1.
First big jam of the game for Rapoli.
Well, we've seen him show some poise here in the top 2 innings. See what he can do with the bases loaded and no one out. The 0-1 pitch is just inside for a ball 1.
Infield playing in, so any little looper just outside on the edge of the grass will come in for a hit probably.
They're hoping to get the ground ball here. Perhaps turn a double play. The 1-1 pitch is ripped into right field. White's got a beat on it. He's going to have... Nice throw, nice catch, and nice throw by Eric White. Runners do not advance, so there's 1 out now. Base is still loaded. White did a good job at that time of being able to move forward as he was catching the ball. He was ready to uncork one if he was going to tag up at third, but there was no motion by the runner.
Runner wasn't really even tagging either. He ran halfway down the line, saw he was going to be caught, and then tried to run back.
Here's the second baseman, Geyser. And that one looked good, but called a ball, 1-0.
One out now, and the pressure's a little bit relieved on Rapoli.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, fouled back over the first base side, 1-0. So we don't know, Sean, whether that was a base running blunder by Simmons, who's on third now, or if he was told to go halfway, thinking that it might have been a hit. The 1-1 pitch now. Just got a piece of that one, and it'll be 1-2. Strikeout would be huge right here. We saw Geyser hit in the first inning. He flew out. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, that's going to get by the catcher, and that's going to score a run. So Simmons crosses the plate, and it's 2-1 Wilmington. Looks like the pitcher and catcher might have got crossed up a little bit there, Sean. Gillis wasn't able to turn the mitt upside down in time to try to block that one, and consequently it's going to be, I would think, a pass ball and a run scored.
And now 2 runners in scoring position with no force play at home.
And there's a sharply hit ball up the middle, and it's a base hit. That's going to score 2. Here comes the throw. It's not cut off, and look, he got him.
All right, don't fall asleep, Gillis.
Well, it looked like the first baseman, DeJulia, almost cut that ball off, but at the last second he let it go. And it didn't look like the runner was going at full bore, Sean, and he was out by not a very close margin at home plate. So 1 run did score. The score is tied now at 2, but there are 2 outs, and the man at second is Geyser. We see the catcher Hawks up next.
Guys are probably credited with a single there and then advanced to second on the throw home.
The first pitch was low for ball 1. So that was kind of a strange turn of events there. But I think Rapoli would probably be happy trying to get out of this inning with Masco only scoring 1 run. That one's coming this way. Lazy fly ball out to right. Eric White under it, makes the catch, and that's the end of the inning. Masco scores 2, and at the end of 2.5,
It's 2-2.
it's 2-2.
Here we are ready to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wilmington lost their lead in the top. Richie Gillis will be up. He was at the plate at the bottom of the 2nd when DeJulia was thrown out stealing, so he'll get another chance here. Ball in the dirt for ball 1.
A lot of noise from the Wilmington players this afternoon, Sean. Something we didn't see in the game against
Newburyport?
Newburyport, that's who it was. Having trouble getting used to this Cape Ann League.
Pitch into Gillis again. I believe that's ball 2, 2-1. Pitch in by Crockett. Swung on and missed. Count now even at 2-2.
Saw Gillis drop the bat down. He still couldn't catch up with the fastball.
Crockett pitching very hard.
He's pitching hard, Sean. If his location was there, he might be, like I said earlier, have his way with these Wilmington hitters.
Mm-hmm. Strike 3, so Crockett picks up his first strikeout of the game. And now time for the top of the order. Phil Bates, the left fielder. He walked in the first and was picked off. No, excuse me, he got a single to lead off the game. Pitch in by Crockett.
He still was
down
picked
low.
off, though.
Throw is down low again, 2-0 on Bates. Throw in by Crockett. In there for a strike, 2-1. That's hit sharply. Shortstop makes a nice grab, but he's not going to have a play at first. Okay, so Bates picks up an infield single.
As you said, Sean, nice play by Simmons diving to his right, but he was able to stop it, but not able to complete the throw. And as you said, Phil Bates will have an infield single, his second hit of the day.
Now the center fielder, Eric McKenna, step up. He grounded out in the first. Pickoff play again at first. Bates back safely.
I think they worked on that in practice this week, Sean.
Pitch thrown in there is for a strike. 0-1 on McKenna.
McKenna's got that nice changeup going. He's throwing mostly fastballs, but every once in a while you see that changeup come in, confusing the Wilmington hitters.
Crockett.
What did I say now?
McKenna.
Getting my names crossed up this afternoon, you'll have to excuse me.
See if McKenna can do anything with runner on first. It's up high near the letters. Crockett's pitch is a swing and a miss. And McKenna goes down like Gillis did earlier in the inning. So 2 strikeouts now for Crockett, and Billy Harrison, the shortstop, is up. He lined out to the second baseman, I believe, in the first.
Yes, he did. Looks like that little rest that Crockett got for that large inning in the top half of the inning really did him some good. He's come back and thrown real hard, real strong here in the third.
Pitch in is low, ball 1. And if Harrison should reach Kerrigan with bat next. Crockett ready. The delivery is going to be popped up back. Look out. So count now at 1-1. Pickoff play at first. No good. Bates back safe. The pitch in. Popped up again behind home plate.
There's that changeup again, Sean.
One and two, 2 outs. Pitch in. Up high a little bit for ball 2. Pickoff play at first. Bates back safely again.
You know, for the numerous times that we've seen a pickoff play attempted, I think we've only seen one actual attempted steal. And that ended the inning for Wilmington last time.
Ooh, nice rip by Harrison. Back at the foul pole. Way back to the fence at the left field foul pole. Harrison went to second, almost tried for third, dive back, and Bates scores on the play all the way from first. Well hit ball there by Harrison all the way back to the fence at the 325 mark.
That one looked, from the outset, Sean, like it had a chance to get out of here, but knocked down a little bit, and the left fielder didn't have time to get over there. That fell in for a nice double, RBI double at that.
Question on that one would be if it would stay fair, and it did, just barely by a few feet. Comes Crockett with the pitch. Ooh, another one. Hit down that left field. Caught on the track by Semino. So Wilmington picks up one, and they have 2 deeply hit balls left. And after 3 full, it's 3-2 Wilmington.
Okay, it'd be top of the 4th inning. Noel, Brown, and Crockett scheduled for the Chieftains. 3-2 Wilmington. And Rapoli kicks and delivers. That's strike 1 on the outside corner.
Noel, one of the pickoff victims of Rapoli today.
He drew a walk in the second inning, excuse me, and was picked off at first. And there's a sharply hit ball, fair ball, on the line. That's going to be trouble. Fired by White over to second base, and he is out.
Excellent play by Wilmington.
That's the second or third time that we've seen Eric White really let one loose. And the slow-running Noel is erased, trying to stretch a single into a double. 1 out. Hell of a play by Eric White.
Way up here on this, way up here on this mound here in right field's foul territory.
That one caught the line. Noel wasn't really on his horse. He's really hearing it from the Masconomet coach.
He's now been picked off and thrown out.
Look, the demonstrativeness of it. There's another sharply hit ball down the other line. That one's a fair ball. No no advancement that time. It's a single for Brown, the center fielder. So they're starting to, looks like they're starting to catch up to Rapoli here in the top of the 4th inning, and here comes the coach for a little visitation on the mound.
Coach Scanlon, longtime coach at Wilmington High.
28 years, Tom? A long time to be with one team.
Crockett's up now. He flew out in the second.
Is Crockett trying to help his own cause here? Nice pitch there from Rapoli. That's in there for strike one. Looks like he took a little off at that one too. Both pitchers showing some good stuff in the early going, and then it seemed as though the opposition might have been catching up to them a bit. We've seen a couple sharply hit balls in the top of the inning, or the bottom of the last inning for Wilmington, and we've seen some sharply hit balls here for Masco in the top of the fourth. Brown is at first. The 0-1 delivery is poked up the middle. It could be two. Bobbled a lit. That was bobbled by the shortstop, Billy Harrison. Maybe thinking, too, a little bit premature, and he couldn't really get it out of the glove. Everybody's safe. Runners at first and second with one out. Certainly was a double play ball. Not handled cleanly by Harrison. And
got him picked off.
Lot of motion there.
Ooh.
Everybody is safe. And through all of that, we're showing that Simmons, the shortstop, is up.
Simmons scored Masco's first run.
That's another sharply hit ball up the middle. That one gets through for a base hit.
Oh, through the center fielder, McKenna.
McKenna didn't handle that one cleanly. That's going to score a run. And that's too bad because Brown looked like he wasn't going to score from third base till he saw that it got through McKenna. And consequently, the game is tied once again. So Wilmington shooting themselves in the foot here in the top of the fourth inning.
The way this game's going, I would be surprised to see this third baseman get picked off here.
Left field, the first pitch to left field, the Semino is in tight for ball one. Now Rapoli's got to be a little bit shaken here. It looked like he might have himself a bit of an easy inning. All of a sudden he's got runners on the corners with two outs, one run already in. The 1-0 is fouled off, straight back, and too bad Gillis didn't get a beat on it earlier.
Bumped into the umpire.
So that one's a opportunity gone by the boards, 1-1.
Still only one out here in the top of the fourth.
Semino's got one hit. He singled in the third inning.
Scored the second run.
And he made an attempt at that one and just got a piece of it. It's going to be 1-2.
See if Simmons tries to take second here.
No movement, and the pitch is in the dirt, but nicely blocked that time by Gillis. No advancement of the runners. Well, it seems as though, Sean, the story of this game so far is Wilmington taking a lead and then not being able to hold it in the top of the next inning. We've seen that. We've seen that twice already. They can't stand prosperity. 1-2 pitch. Ripped high. That's going to be a base hit. White's over to pick it up, and he missed the ball. So some sloppy outfielding here for Wilmington. Another run has scored. And all of a sudden, Masco has turned this into a lead of their own. So we got runners at first and second now for the third baseman, Karen.
Who's having a near perfect day so far. The only problem is he's been picked off and thrown out. Other than that, he's at a single and a walk.
Been on base twice and didn't advance past first. That one sharply, well, not very sharply hit.
Trouble.
He was able to get the play at first. That time we saw the shortstop for Wilmington Billy Harrison. He made sure of that one. And there are 2 out now. 5-4 Masconomet. Or is it 4-3?
It's 4-3.
4-3 Masconomet. Check that. Top of the 4th inning. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. Palinskar, thus far this afternoon, has flown out twice. He's playing right field this afternoon for the Chieftains. Rapoli deals. That one's hit hard toward the first baseman. He'll take it himself. Nice play that time by Chris DeJulia. So the inning is over, but not before some damage is done. And after 3.5, 4-3 in favor of Masconomet.
Get a lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning now. Wilmington trailing for the first time in the game, 4-3. Tim Gillis will be the batter for Wilmington. Scored their first run with a single in the 2nd. In there for a strike.
Crockett looks like he's coming out with the lead. He's going to take advantage. He's throwing hard from the onset.
Second pitch in, swing and a miss by Gillis. Couldn't catch up to that one. 0-2 now. Crockett throws me. He's got 2 strikeouts to show it. There's a ball hit to center field, but Brown is under it, and Gillis is retired on a flyout.
Well, Brown started back on that ball, then quickly changed his mind, had to come in to catch up to that one. But nice job of getting contact that time by Tim Gillis, just couldn't put it in the right place.
Eric White now has had a pretty good game defensively. Offensively, he's walked in the 2nd inning. I believe that was ball 1 to him.
All 1 low.
In there for a strike, 1-1. Pitch in by Crockett, up high. Well, it's like be a tough guy to strike out. Not a very big strike zone. Pitch is up high near his head.
White showing good patience up there. That's exactly what Wilmington needs. They need some base runners. Need to chip away here and see what they can do.
Wear down Crockett as much as they can. Still pitching heat. 3-1. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full. Dave, just the opposite that you just said. Just going up there, swinging and missing at the next pitch.
Oh, you had a swing at that one. It's in the strike zone.
Just fouled back. Count still full.
Well, we've seen Wilmington thus far this afternoon, Sean, have some good success when they do make contact with Crockett's deliveries. We'll see what White can do with another 3-2 delivery.
Crockett taking his time, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's tipping these away. I believe that's what he did last at bat.
Yeah, White doing a good job here, wasting some good pitches by Crockett. That's what they got to do, is try to wear this kid down.
Pitch in by Crockett. A little bit low. So White has his second walk, hasn't had an official bat yet. And Eric Clancy, who reached on a fielder's choice in the second and scored a run.
Clancy was the second run in on the big 2 RBI single by Chris DeJulia back in the 2nd inning.
Wilmington could use some runs now. It's in there for a ball, 1-0.
I don't know where that one missed.
Ball again, pick up play to first. White steps back safe. Crockett pitches it in the dirt. And it's 2-0 now on Clancy. Game moving along very slow.
That's 3-0 now, Sean.
3-0. In there for a strike, 3-1. Pick off play to first. Don't know what the purpose of that was. White had a very little lead.
I don't know what the intent is of half of these throws by Masco, but they're keeping the Wilmington runners honest, that's for sure.
Popped up behind.
Heads up.
Count now full.
Folks better pay attention there in the foul territory. That one almost landed in the midst of them.
Crockett's got to concentrate more on the batter than on these runners. They haven't harmed him yet.
Well, I think that's when Crockett's had his problems, is when he's paying too much attention to the runner and not the batter.
He's got 2 strikes on Clancy. Nicely, sharply hit ball. He's going to fall in there for a hit. White's going to third. He's going to make it. Clancy's going to second. He'll be safe, too. So Clancy gets a single and then advances to second on the throw to third. There's 2 runners in scoring position now with 1 out. And Krista Julia, who had that big 2 RBI single in the second, is up.
We'll see if the Julia can do it again here. 1 man out. White was on the move, it seemed, from the onset of that one. He got to third with relative ease. And Clancy was moving quickly into second. So 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out.
Hit on the ground. Throw goes home. There, they've got White.
He's all right.
It's all right. Wow. So White jumps back safe to third.
I don't even know how to score that, Sean.
Yep, he's trying to field his choice. So the Julia doesn't get the RBI, but doesn't make it out either.
Well, White did a good job of bluffing toward home, and they got him caught in a rundown, and not much of a rundown, as he was able to beat that throw back to third base.
He's got some speed. Bases loaded up for Richie Gillis, who struck out to lead off the third.
Oh, boy.
They've got him picked off. Up, they got Clancy at second now.
Oh, man.
What a disgrace. White's thrown out at the plate, and then Clancy tried to make a smart move by making it to third, and he gets thrown out. So, an odd double play turned by Masco, and going into the 5th, it's 4-3 Masconomet.
5th now. First pitch from Rapoli is low and inside for ball 1. Just discussing between innings the strange turn of events that ended the Wilmington 4th inning. A double pickoff play. White was taken out at home and Clancy taken out at third base. There's a sharply hit ball down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Collected there, and that was Geyser. He'll stop at first base. Not going to test the arm of Phil Bates out in left.
Guys are now 2 for 3 on the day.
And we see the catcher Hawks. He's also had a hit so far this afternoon, along with a fly out. First pitch is high for ball 1. So Wilmington had the bases loaded with 1 out, and we're not sure whether White took it upon himself to try to steal home or if Gillis at the bat had perhaps missed a sign. Ooh, and that one got him right on the shoulder.
Scanlon looks upset in the dugout.
Coach Scanlon with his hands on his hips, not sure what's happening to his team here. They seem to be playing with confidence against first place Masco that have seemingly fallen apart in the last inning. So Hawks is hit by a pitch, and once again there's runners at first and second with nobody out. You see someone over there warming up for Wilmington in the bullpen. Not quite sure who that is. He's got a jacket on. That one's fouled straight back.
Man, it's like good friend Noel.
Noel's been picked off twice. Is that, Sean?
He's been picked off at first, and then he was the one thrown out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double.
He squares the bunt this time, pulls it back. Here's the throw to second. He's back safely. Gillis seems to be pretty aware of the runners at all times. We've seen him make a few good throws. That one just narrowly missed, getting Geyser at second base. There's another pickoff attempt. That one doesn't get there in time. Collected by Clancy. Clancy seems to be on the move a lot, as Masco was a lot with Wilmington runners on base.
Are we into double-digit pickoff plays this game so far?
I think we're nearing triple digit. And that was Noel had a little bit of a change of heart at the end of that one. He strikes out badly, and he's not going to fall under good favor with his coach this afternoon. Making a lot of mental mistakes out there. Here's Crockett.
Brown.
That's Brown, excuse me. Center fielder. Looks at ball 1. So a big strikeout for Rapoli. Is now 1 out with runners at first and second.
Brown scored last inning to tie up the game at the time.
4-3 Masco. We are in the top of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner, even the count at 1-1. 6.
P.J. Heffernan warming up in the bullpen.
So just as Heffernan started to warm up, Rapoli started to throw strikes up there. So I don't know if we'll see Heffernan in this inning. But he looks poised and about ready to go if need be. That one swung at a high pitch. Just a little pop-up beyond third. Handled nicely there by the shortstop, Billy Harrison. So 2 away now. Technical problem there. We're back.
Crockett's still up. There's the first pitch to him, and first strike.
Crockett thus far this afternoon has flown out and reached on an error and scored a run. It looks like, yeah, that Crockett was the one who scored the go-ahead run last inning. And there's a little pop-up handled by the third baseman, Sean Kerrigan. That'll end the inning. So no runs scored that time for Masco. And after 4.5, it's 4-3 in favor of Masco.
Getting ready to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Gillis is up for the 4th time, actually. He was up at the bottom of the inning 2 times, and runners got thrown out stealing. Struck out his first at bat.
Wilmington's still only down one here, Sean. Trying to even this thing up here.
It is a tough Masco team, though, and it's going to be tough after trailing.
They were able to get the lead a couple of times, but not able to hold on to it in the following inning. So we'll see if they can chip away at this kid a little more.
Ball's up high. 2-1 now.
Crockett with only 2 strikeouts in the game, but he's really seems to be getting stronger inning by inning.
Pitch fouled back by Gillis. He's now got 2 strikes on him. Infield talking it up. See if Gillis can reach base here. Strike 3 on Gillis. Wonder what's wrong with Gillis today. That's the second time he's struck out. He has some trouble with Crockett.
Well, Crockett is giving him a lot of different looks up there. You never know whether he's going to come with that fastball that you're going to have to cut real early on, or he's going to come with the changeup with 2 strikes. So he's fooling a lot of batters up there.
Bates now up, who's had a pretty good day so far. Ooh, and he'll reach on an error now as the ball pops out of Palenscar's glove. So Bates is now 2 for 3, but he's reached base 3 times.
I don't know if they'll charge him with an error on that one, Sean. It was a tough play coming in.
But it was inside his glove and then it popped out.
Probably.
Well, he's been picked off once in the first.
Also scored a run in the 3rd.
Pitch into McKenna, who's up now. 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out in the first, and in the 3rd he was struck out. Crockett's pitch. And there for another strike, 0-2.
No time to get tentative for Wilmington here, Sean. They got to swing the bat, get on base, and score some runs. I wish I had been keeping track of how many times Crockett's gone to first base in this game. Or second, for that matter. Pickoff plays are plenty.
I believe he's gone to 3rd a couple times, too. Swinging him golf down to short. Oh, he was out, I believe. But Wilmington will take the safe call. Bates now at 2nd. And McKenna reached on the field, destroys it first.
Well, Bates went into a nice slide there. It seemed as though the shortstop for Masconomet, Simmons, had a little trouble getting rid of that ball, and consequently, everybody's safe. Nobody out. Oh, sorry, 1 out.
1 out.
For Billy Harrison.
See what Harrison can do here with 2 runners on.
Big break for Wilmington.
Ball's in the dirt. Runners don't advance. Masco's going to try to settle things down here. See if Wilmington can punch in another hit here. They faked him out. Pitcher still got the ball. Didn't think I saw the ball go.
Oh, man. That was a heck of a fake. I'm looking in center field for the ball.
I glanced over. It didn't look like he threw the ball. I was wondering where it went.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bates couldn't figure out where the ball went either.
So Crockett never let go of it. Consequently, Bates tried to take 3rd when he thought the ball went into center field, and he's erased at 3rd base.
Do we count that as a pickoff play?
I would assume so.
Popped up on the third base side. In for a hit.
Loop single.
That was Harrison. Nope. Foul ball. So, strange turn of events. First we had the error that Bates reached on. We had McKenna reach on a fielder's choice with that close play at second. And then we had the fake pickoff/pickoff play. His chopped down the third baseline foul.
I've never seen a play like that at any level before. I mean, that was really one from deep in the playbook, I think.
Somebody should call up Chris Cassie as new play of the year.
Too bad I didn't catch it.
Oh.
I thought it was in center field.
Everyone was fooled, including the cameraman and myself. I was looking at center myself.
There's a line shot by Harrison. No, it's Harrison. So Harrison at first, McKenna at second. 2 outs now. And Kerrigan's up now, who's over 2 today with 2 flyouts. I'm scared of that first baseman.
You and me both.
Well, this game's been stretched out, but it's had its moments.
Sean, I count 7 outs from either pickoff plays or caught stealings. You know, this has really been a strange game as far as the base running has been concerned.
Look out at first. Harrison dives back safely.
Gonna need some mailbox up there.
Down low to Kerrigan. That one's chopped up to the shortstop. And let's see, Harrison is retired. So Wilmington had a good showing. Many strange events here occurred in the bottom of the 5th. And after 5 full, it's 4-3 Masco.
We're ready for the top of the 6th inning. Masco leading 4-3.
Napoli's still on the mound for Wilmington.
Rapoli still pitching. He will face Simmons, Semino, and Karen, barring any changes in the Masco lineup. Here's the first pitch. Gets past the catcher. That one bounced about 5 feet before the plate for ball 1.
Where's that first baseman in the dugout?
That one, couldn't tell whether he called a ball or a strike there,
There's
Sean.
a ball up high.
Okay, 2-0. Pitch. Inside ball 3. So Rapoli is going to take a little walk around the mound, try to collect himself as he's thrown 3 straight balls to start off the 6th inning. Pitch is way high for ball 4. So 4 straight balls, and once again, I believe that's every inning now so far, Sean, that the leadoff man has reached for Masconomet.
You're correct, Dave.
6 straight innings, the leadoff man has reached. Wilmington lucky, they're only losing by 1 run.
This is the first time that they haven't reached on a single.
And a nice play that time by Rapoli. Simmons was tricked. He thought that was going to be a little short grounder, but it was a little pop-up off the bat of Semino. Rapoli grabbed it, threw it on to first for the double play. So, once again, Wilmington dodges a bullet. There's 2 outs, no one on for the third baseman, Karen.
This game is just getting stranger.
We've seen some strange things happen in this game. I think everyone will want to see this one rebroadcast because they probably won't believe their eyes. The delivery from Rapoli is inside for ball one.
Garen's up now. He's 1 for 2. He has a walk. He's been picked off and thrown out.
I think just about everybody's been picked off at this point, Sean. The 1-0 pitch. The changeup sailed high on Rapoli.
I think it's time for Scanlon to go up and visit the mound.
Well, he may be thinking to try to get just this one more inning, excuse me, from Rapoli, and that one's high.
Probably looks like he's losing some of it, though.
Looks like, Sean, maybe it's a little more mental than it is physical. Rapoli seems to be beating himself up out there and throwing a lot of balls here in the top of the sixth. And he walks the second batter.
That's 8 balls and 1 strike this inning.
Well, luckily that 1 strike turned into a double play. But now Karen reaches. We'll see Palenskar, the right fielder. He's flown out and had 2 singles since. Another pickoff attempt over to first base, and Karen is back safely. Well, Rapoli's got to concentrate on the batter right now, and he's not. He almost threw it away. Nice stop by DeJulia. Wouldn't be surprised to see Karen off the pitch.
That is a huge lead over that first.
He's out there, the back. Pickoff play again. That time he got him. So, mark it in the books. That's another pickoff for the pitchers this afternoon. And no harm done by the 2 walks given up by Rapoli in the top of the 6th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Masconomet still leading 4-3. Here we go.
Okay, getting ready to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Wilmington's second to last chance. And up at the plate is, let's see, Sean Kerrigan. No, it's Tim Gillis. Tim Gillis today is 1 for 2 with a single and scored Wilmington's first run back on the second. There's a sharply hit ball up the middle by Gillis. Then again, Crockett may have better luck with him on base than at the plate.
I like to get a count on, if I could at some point, on how many base hits have gone up the middle so far this afternoon too, Sean. That's another repetition we've seen.
Sneaky strategy, but it's working.
They're not,
Get on, I'll pick 'em on.
not swinging too early, not swinging too late.
How much you want to bet he throws to first before he throws home?
Strike 1 on White.
Would have lost that one.
White hasn't had an at-bat yet. He's had 2 walks.
Eric White, one of the few people that hasn't gotten picked off so far this afternoon.
Foul ball.
Well, that's too bad too. That was a nice bunt. He got it to stop dead right out in front of the plate there.
Mm-hmm.
Would have at least advanced the runner, but it rolled foul.
Pitch by Crockett. Strike 3 on White. So White ruins his perfect day. And Crockett has his 4th strikeout. 1 out now in the bottom of the 6th. Eric Clancy up. Reached on a fielder's choice and had a single, and believe it or not, Dave, he was picked off. Gills takes his lead at first. Pickoff play fails. And another pickoff play. Gillis dives back safely.
I need another battery.
will work. I hope. We'll give it to him at the end of the inning, hopefully.
And another pickoff play. Umpire says a word to Crockett to get this
Go
game.
down.
Lincoln, second.
There's a strike in to Clancy.
Sean, tell him. We're gonna have to take a break to change back.
Okay, we're gonna take a break right now. We'll be right back after this pitch. Gotta do a short battery change. So, okay, we're back. Didn't miss much. That's the first ball used. To Clancy still up at the plate. I believe the count now is 3-1, right along that lines.
You got me, Sean. I got lost during the battery change.
That's not a pitcher-catcher change. That's a. Okay, we're back. Clancy's still up at the plate. Having some technical difficulties.
Hold on to this, Sean. I'm going to try to get another one. Well hit ball.
Well hit ball deep into center. Not deep enough though. And there are now 2 outs here in the Wilmington 6th. Now up for Wilmington is Chris DeJulia. He's popped up. First base side, they have a chance. And Noel pulls down the ball. So after 6 full, it's 4-3 Masco. They're getting started to start off the 7th inning. Top of the 7th, up for Masco is Pelinskar, who's been 0 for 3 today. Make that 0 for 4 as DeJulia makes the put out. Now for Masco is Geyser, who's 2 for 3 today. 2 singles and a flyout. Napoli's still up on the mound. Scanlon has some confidence in him. Heffernan's not up there. Ball outside. Napoli's pitching pretty strong. Seems to be letting up the past couple innings. There's a sharply hit and deep ball that could be gone, and it is. A home run for Geyser. It's the first one we've seen here this season, I believe. Whole team comes up to congratulate him. So it's now 5-3 with the home run by Geyser. Deep hit ball out by the 341 mark. And I don't know if Napoli will last him the whole entire inning. Up now is Hawks, who was hit by a pitch, 2 innings ago. He has a single and a flyout. So a massive hit by Geyser. Get it out of the ballpark. Now 1 out. He's hit again. That is the second time today that Hawks has been hit, and this one stings. Looks like he got him right on the looks like maybe on the elbow or his hand. Came inside on him, right in the grip of the bat. So after the home run, Hawks is hit by a pitch for the second time today, and now no Noel. That's been a plague for Masconomet. There's another deeply hit ball all the way back to the fence. Noel's gonna go for 2. He's gonna make it. And Hawks goes all the way home to score, and it's now a 6-3 lead. Noel with a deep double. I think it's time for Rapoli to maybe take a seat.
Well, they had Heffernan ready. But, no signal from the dugout that Rapoli's going anywhere.
Things are just falling apart here on the top of the 7th. Dave, you were gone. The home run was hit by Geyser out by the 241 mark. And right after that, Rapoli hit Hawks on the hand. To get you caught up to speed, still only one out, runner at second. Hawks is gonna get a pinch runner for him.
That's Noel getting the pinch
Oh,
runner.
no. Well,
Sorry, we don't have the name of that pinch runner. We only had the starters today.
Brown now up, who struck out, popped up, and had a single and scored a run.
Field play.
So checking to see if Noel had touched first base on that double, and obviously the umpire says he did.
Pitch is lined to DeJulia, who gets the out. So 2 outs now for Masco. It's 6-3, however. Damage is being done here on the top of the 7th. And now up is Crockett, who flew out, reached on an error, and popped up.
On the plus side, Sean, how'd you like my mad dash to the studio for another battery?
It was very quick, Dave. In fact, I don't think we've missed a pitch. Throw to first, and then he gets him. That's Harrison with the put out. So after 6.5 innings, damage is done, with Masco leading 6-3, and Wilmington will come up with their final chance. Okay, here we go in the bottom of the 7th inning for Wilmington. Leading off will be Richie Gillis. This is his 3rd time today leading off. He's struck out twice. Let's hope his fate isn't already set. And there's a big swing and a miss by Gillis. That's Swazinski up in place for Gillis. Correction. Swazinski pitch hitting. That's hit. Oh, nice play by Crockett. Knocked down that ball. Swazinski's thrown out, and Wilmington's down to their final 2 outs. Ooh. So top of the order comes up for Wilmington, Bates, who's had a pretty productive day. He's had 2 singles, he's reached on an error, and he's been picked off. Twice.
Also scored a run. Hard to judge a day like that. Got a lot of pluses, a lot of minuses.
Crockett's still throwing hard up there.
Well, I got to give it to Crockett. Only come up with 3 strikeouts in the game.
4 strikeouts.
Yep, 4. Check that. Scattered 8 hits, but only hit for 3 runs.
Ball up a little bit high. 2-1 now, I believe, in Bates.
See McKenna warming up on deck, so no pinch hitter.
They're swinging a hit down the left field line rather, foul. And it's 2-2 now. Pitch by Crockett. Swinging, hit back. Still 2 strikes on Bates.
Well, if this game were to end 6-3, Sean, it's a lot closer than the score might indicate. Masconomet had that big inning in the last of the 6th, and Wilmington, as you said, faced with their final 2 outs. But they've played pretty well today, not all that consistent, but they had a couple leads, and it's a shame they had to let this one go.
Swing and a miss by Bates. So Crockett showing he still has the heat. McKenna now up. And McKenna is, he's grounded out, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice.
Well, on the plus side for Wilmington this afternoon, Sean, they showed that they could play with a very tough Masconomet team.
Base running hurt him.
And we'll be 0 for 2 on calling these games.
Pitch in by Crockett. Low. Ball. So let's see if McKenna can reach base. Harrison, who's had a pretty productive day, 2 for 3 with a line out, single and a double, would bat next. Pitch in there for a strike. Not sure what the count is. I believe it's 2-2. The swing and it popped up. This could be it. Planted under it was Palanskar, and Wilmington advances to a 3-6 record with a 6-3 loss here to Masco.
Well, as we said, Sean, pretty bizarre game in the base running errors and a lot of pickoff attempts and pickoff made plays that we saw. Wilmington, on the plus side for them, did show that they could run with a Masconomet team, which has amassed a good record so far for themselves this season. Tough loss for Coach Scanlon and the Wildcats to take, but they'll drop another one here this afternoon.
So, for Dave Gauthier and Tom Walsh, I'm Sean Neville. Here at Wilmington High School, they've lost 6-3 to Masconomet. See you next time.